Hi, Gemini. Welcome back. Thank you for joining. I'll go ahead and jump on in. Gemini. Messages for the Geminis. Archway. New opportunities, possibilities, and paths. Holy cow. Ever explosive. Explosive. This could be with a December born person. This could be more into December. This could be. Sorry. I've got to get this card. This could be something to do with a new real estate, home change, move. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. You could want to build a loving family with this person, or in this time frame, or there could be changes in this time frame. A lot of planets by that point could be calling in new action or something like that towards this. We're going to go ahead and dive in deeper for Geminis. Gemini. So you're shining your light, connecting with the earth, your intuition, growing something very grounded. Gemini. Could be with a Sagittarius, or something to do with luck, abundance, divine guidance, a calcification, especially away from any toxicity in the past. Something could be nurturing itself with the moon cycles. We do have a new moon in September, so and then we're going to have a full moon later on, right? Which brings a culmination, right? So there could be new ideas and also new harvests that you're having. Let's see. Gemini. Messages for the Geminis. Thank you. Egg, yeah, again, success assured with good hard work, with calcifaction. So there could be a level of moving through any temporary issues you have in your relationship, staying together in a marriage or relationship of some sort, getting together with your friend, or maybe focusing on your relationships with your friends to get into the success. Gemini, wow. Pow, pow, pow. You know, Geminis are ruled by Mercury, the fastest moving planet. So we have you're not for everyone here. That could be very relevant. Let's see. I know Geminis like to be adaptable because they're a mutable sign, right? And air sign at that, which is all about social connections and thoughts. Very logical, very likes to talk, communicate, gather information. Very movement oriented, everything to do with vehicles, right? Embrace your weirdness and face your true north. The world is filled with people who, no matter what you do, just won't like you. But it's also filled with those who love you fiercely, and they are your people. You're not for everyone, and that's okay. Talk to the people who can hear you. Don't waste precious time and gifts trying to convince others of your value. You know, especially if you move away from people that don't value you, suddenly your reality is filled with only people that value you, and it feels way more abundant and rich. And you'll come into more connections with people. You'll actually maybe magnetize with your authenticity. It's kind of like that celebrity vibe, right? So, um, yeah, tapping into your leadership, your happiness, your heart space, your destiny. Um, Politely wave them on and continue your way. Sharing your path with someone is a sacred gift. Don't cheapen it by rolling yours in the wrong direction. Keep facing true north. Embrace your uniqueness. So let's see. I want to see more specifically what is your true north and what you need to be moving towards. Can you give us clarification? What you want Geminis to move towards? Hmm. Maybe not at this point. Maybe they're just clarifying they don't want you to do this right now. But you will be holding on to something. Maybe understanding your emotions in general, especially in regards to anything that's been kind of bringing any kind of depression or over anxiety to you. There will be a rectification, a balancing out of the polarities of this, especially as you process emotions. Um, Keep things to yourself right now, maybe. Don't use your energy despairingly between multiple sources. Try to concentrate it if you can. Make solid decisions. Maybe change your perspective about something as well. Um, Gemini. Ooh. Nurturing compassion. Okay, let's go get a Callie as well. They're calling me to that deck. Nurturing compassion for any kind of false beliefs you may have believed, or, false ways of operating. Gemini, best advice, please. Most important advice. Callie Capali. We might read that, and we'll see if there's anything else. I really like the horns on this card. The power of 3 or 4 right there. Beautiful golden eyes, right? Gemini. I'm going to read number 8. Something very hidden maybe is happening. and it opened right to it, so it's obviously destined. She who wears the mala of skulls around her neck shall never abandon you. She shall be with you always, lifetime after lifetime, in an unending tenderness and devotion, conquering that which would alienate you from your truth and creative power. Trust in the effectiveness of your prayers and requests for guidance. Have confidence in divine intervention. No matter how dire things may seem, you shall transform a negative experience into a positive one that honors your soul. Kapali is the wearer of skulls. The Kapamala or skull mala is a version of prayer of mala beads used to call in and strengthen divine presence by using sacred sounds. Repeating mantras and prayers while counting the beads, you are encouraged to speak to her from your heart about whatever is troubling you. She will do whatever it takes to release you from your suffering. This form of Kali arises in a reading when you need to know a truth. She will make sure you find it, even if you'd rather continue in peaceful ignorance for a little longer. This truth, however disruptive can be, is not a punishment. It is protection. You may not be able to see that at the time, but you will be grateful for the changes that come from her revelations later on. Skulls mark the passing of time. Trust that time can be your ally as you change and heal and emerge anew. You will need faith, but in due course you will see how the universe has been supporting you in all ways to feel restored and supported again. Often an encounter with Kali Kampali entails direct confrontation with the thing we fear most, like physical therapists placing pressure on a point of tension to get it to release. Okay, can give rise to acute pain. She is not the causing of pain. She is the method by which it's released. It takes a pure and courageous heart to approach Kali for the unpredictable and does not respond well to those who try to control her. She always defies the grasp of ego. You cannot know when or how she will enact divine will. You may feel led onto the emotional, psychological, physical issues that have thus far evaded healing. She gives no credit or honoring to her fears because she knows our real capacity to overcome them and awaken. Her sacred medicine breaks down our resistance and confusion and shows us we are made of more potent stuff. Encountering her is rarely comfortable, yet the pathway forward ultimately becomes more gracious because of her intervention. When Kapali manifests her presence, the powerful symbolic teachings of the skull are at play. Skulls represent an ending and also a triumph of a more powerful force, in this case divine will over a lesser force, in this instance typically human ego or plans. The skull indicates a need to acknowledge that while we are powerful divine spirit with free will and much creativity, we also need to operate within the higher power of far greater wisdom, such as the spiritual hierarchy is not oppressive in any way. It is a sacred order that keeps us safe and helps us grow. So like maybe you'll get further with operating within that structure, right? You'll have that discipline, right? At a soul level, we have agreed to walk this particular soul journey in this lifetime. Our empowerment comes not from resisting, but engaging with our life path, no matter how mysterious, devastating, or deeply challenging our experiences may be. Kali Kapali signifies that somehow, even out of darkest interior struggles, suffering gives way to spiritual freedom and deep peace. Commit yourself to participating and co-creating your life path with all the passion that your mind, body, soul, while submitting to the greater workings of destiny and with all the trust that your heart can muster. The skull, especially without a jawbone, has been a symbol of those who operate outside traditional moral conventions. Kali Ma is the queen of such unconventional spirits. The appearance of Kapali can be a sacred message that your soul path is not limited by societal conditioning of any kind. Conformity does not support your journey and would threaten to rob you of your spiritual freedom, especially at this time. She is here with you, reminding you that you have the strength to remain true to yourself, even if it means standing apart. Tune into the spiritual power within. It is beyond what society understands and can offer. It will nourish, protect, inspire, and guide you through any troubles. If your path is diverging from the original plans, your journey is out of sync with those around you. Trust in what is happening and know that you are within her care. Interesting. So there could be like an ending to something that has to transpire in your life as well. What is coming for Gemini's future, please? What lies ahead in their Gemini's future? We have Ace of Swords, an understanding and an ability to use communication to cut off things that don't serve, see through things very logically, especially give and take dynamics. If you want to stay somewhere, you're getting compensated enough in a long-term security sense here for your finances, especially there could have been an injustice or bad karma here, or like coming out of a relationship, a court situation in a collaboration that you used to be a part of. Maybe you're becoming more single, definitely cultivating financial independence. And you could have water sign energy, you're protecting your emotions from other people, guarding your emotions and what you invest them in, and operating from a strong place in the future. You could be pursuing something you're more emotionally connected to in the future, getting invested in things that are better for you. Yeah, this could be maybe somebody who's also like some kind of divine counterpart with you, very emotional connection you both have. There could be burdens in this connection, but it looks like there could be a leveling out of them. Yeah, there could be like a need to, maybe the only thing that's really holding it back is some kind of stubbornness or some kind of financial restriction. But it looks like the more that clarity comes to this and the more less that there's options, the more clarity, the more like coming in together, solidifying and focusing the energy towards a single point, maybe the more success there will be. But let's go ahead and get your rune for Gemini. Most important, my vital message runes for Gemini. Gemini, most important. Thank you. Okay, something could be happening faster than you expect. Perhaps this could be abundance with somebody very emotional and caring. So let's go ahead and see. I could be talking to a more of a masculine force right now. We'll get you some extra of these cards for Gemini. Messages for the Geminis. Someone could have been operating from a more fearful place, was kind of rejecting trust and faith, was maybe operating out of a place of ego, fear, constriction, restriction, logic, right? And It looks like this person could be getting healing from somebody, maybe not someone Celtic specifically, but there could be kind of like shamanic vibe here of some sort. Let's see, Gemini, messages for the Geminis. This could be someone who's very flexible and fluid, is very open to new ideas, maybe, or maybe this is what they're suggesting for you to do as well, to let go, to shatter the illusions of the past, right? Especially anything that wasn't balanced karmically, or maybe relationships that weren't suiting you in some sense that had to be changed. It could be important that you're kind of doing this healing in private or secret at this time as well. We'll get you a last piece of the best advice we can give you. Gemini, best advice. The Holly King. The Holly Jolly King. Let's see. You can see how there's like a head of this kind of like a goat or animal here. So there's like a conquering over of maybe physical elements that held you back. Let's see. The Emperor, yeah. So really coming into your own. Okay, interesting. The Holly King, structure, authority, and regulation. Deep in the darkness of winter, the Holly King reminds us of the persistent powers of nature and its ability to thrive even when the world around it appears quite dead. The Holly King's power and his ability to guide shows us the way through winter forests and towards a place of light. In doing so, we must be reliant on our own ability to be in control of situations and lead with integrity and good intention. In winter, the Holly acts as a beacon of hope and also dominance. It stands proud, its berries red and nurturing, and yet sharp edges can prick our sensibilities. The Holly King shows us how to navigate the forest using tools that are practical and pragmatic. Where the Matrona is feeling and instinctive, the Holly King is rational, logical, and also intuitive. If the Matrona is the doorway, let's just see the divinatory meaning. Trust your own abilities to lead as well as be led, for power is not a one way street. The most powerful thing you can do in this situation is to embrace the function of reciprocity. Do not seek to dominate, but consider how leadership abilities might inspire others and be leaders in their own right. This is all about balance of power, not demonstration of strength. A true leader delegates and appreciates those who help to achieve collective goals. Your situation does not exist in a vacuum, and a true leader is someone who acts as a bridge that supports and enables others to cross the abyss. Beautiful energy. Wow. So there, if anybody's going to be a smart leader, it would be a Gemini energy, right? Because they can, a lot of Geminis get quite successful. They're very smart. They're very adaptable. They like to socialize. They like to pick up information, and they're not too pushy usually. They do it in a kind of fun way, a kind of quick-witted way, right? So very interesting here. Very interesting. I feel like I want to continue a bit. Gemini's best advice. Best advice for the Geminis. Solve polluti. So you're really letting go of something. Like maybe there's a new way of processing and how you actually assert yourself in life in general, your legacy, letting go of relationships and negative things that just didn't support you. This could be self-esteem methods or tactics here too. Maybe there's a stronger sense of self-esteem coming in as well. We'll get you a wisdom. Gemini's best advice. Most important vital advice for the Gemini people in placements, Geminis. Yeah, there's some kind of like maybe understanding that not everything was as it seemed in the past. So it's really important that you do put an end to cycles that are in the past as before you move towards that new moon type vibe that we're going to have in September. Letting go still after that full moon, culminating, harvesting things and letting go and clearing the way to allow new growth to come in. What are the new seeds that need to be planted? Where can I plant them? I need to make room, right? So I hope you do like this reading. Please hit like, comment, share, subscribe, or hit the Buy Me a Coffee link if you want to leave a tip. Thank you. Take care.